If you want to go follow me on there to comment some questions for a Q&A to do with feminism, LGBT+, or anything of the sort that could be considered controversial, even though it shouldn't be, but it is. So that's what I'm going to be giving you a Q&A about today.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Fluffy, and welcome to Cleaning the Litter Box. In today's episode, we're going to take a look of how children, small girls, are being indoctrinated in the ways of feminism. Let's do this.
Yuri asked, how did you find out about LGBT? I'm not quite sure, but I think it was probably through YouTube because I watched Troy and I watched Tyler, and I'm gonna say it's probably through Troy and Tyler, and maybe Shane because I know gay people, but then there was Shane who came out as bisexual, and then it's there's this whole community of people out there who are there's this whole community of people out there who are just gay or straight, and then I found out about all the different sexualities and all the different genders, and I just loved it.
So you were brainwashed through YouTube to believing there's more than two genders and more than two sexualities. Well, guess what? There isn't. There's only two genders, male and female, that correspond to the two sexes that there is. And there's only two sexualities, homosexuality and heterosexuality. Heterosexuality is people that are attracted to the opposite gender. And homosexuality are people that are attracted to the same gender. And that's it.
I fell in love with it at that moment. If you didn't know, I am a big, I don't know, I just love, finding out new sexualities and new genders. I just find it really, really fascinating, and I'm really interested in it.
You are going to be really disappointed to find out there's only two genders and two sexualities. If you're finding out all these new genders and new sexualities, please report that to scientific academics, because we would love to know these new chromosomes, sexual chromosomes that define those genders, because you do understand that it's the genetics of your sexual chromosomes that define your gender, right?
Michelle Lola asked, what are your views on feminism and what people portray them as? I'm going to assume what you mean, what people portray feminists as. I am a feminist. I think feminism is great. I think it's such a great movement. I think the Women's March was just one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Girl, you're clearly very young. You didn't see many things in life, because I can assure you that the Women's March is the last thing you can consider the most amazing thing you ever saw. And you clearly don't understand feminism, or else you wouldn't be a feminist. Unless you hate men. If you hate men, well, I guess you're a feminist.
I just really like feminism. I did do a video on feminism, which has a lot of dislikes and a lot of comments because people really hate that video for some reason.
Because majority of people do not like feminism, because feminism is a hateful, vindictive, and totalitarian movement.
But I said what I thought, and apparently, when a 13-year-old girl, I'm 14 now, but I was 13 in that video, says her opinions on feminism and on equal rights, a lot of people start attacking because they think that she's wrong, but
they don't attack because they don't believe in equal rights. They believe in equal rights. That's called egalitarianism. Feminism does not stand for equal rights anymore, because women already have equal rights in the West. They want more rights, special rights. That's why people hate feminism.
Yeah, if you want to go check out that video, feel free. I don't think I explained feminism very well in that video. I would probably watch one of Hannah Witton's videos on it. That's probably one of the best things to do because she explains it a lot better than I do. But I am a feminist. I believe for equal rights for women and men, and I believe for transgender rights and all of these things because I just love them so.
And I would advise you to watch Sargans of Akkad series on why people hate feminism. Maybe you'll learn something about the reality of what feminism became in modern times.
And what people portray them as, I know a lot of people portray them as feminazis or whatever it is, which is really, really stupid, and I actually hate it. But a lot of people portray them as men haters. No, we don't hate men. That's not what it is, and men can be feminists. We don't hate men because people that hate men are idiots, frankly. We just want equal rights. There's not much, girls just want to have rights.
Well, feminazi name really applies because a lot of feminists act like Nazis. Exactly the same way. Censorship, trying to bully people into what they want. There's a lot of parallels there. But if you want equal rights, you already have them. Actually, in the West, women have now more rights than men. Look at custody laws, look at divorce laws, a lot, military service. Men are screwed over in the West.
Is that really too much to ask. D. Jones, that's 6-6, asks, pro-choice or pro-life? Pro-choice, because if you're so pro-life, get out of everyone else's.
Now this is a very delicate issue that I made you a video on, but pro-choice position and pro-life position are both incomplete. For example, a problem that I have with the pro-choice is that, for example, it's not the woman's body. It's a baby, it's a different body altogether. And also, if there is a choice to be made, it is not made just by the woman, because the baby is also the son of a father. So there's two people that should choose, not just one. So if the law is to be pro-choice, then the choice has to be divided between the mother and the father. Except, of course, rape cases. But I don't think the choice should ever reside with the mother or the father. I think the only reasons that an abortion should be made are clinical reasons. So it's violation, rape. It should be sickness, illness in the part of the baby or the mother. It should be doctors to make those decisions or to give those decisions, to know when to give those decisions, and not really the person. And I believe this for health reasons, because abortion is not a procedure that you should trivialize, and for social reasons, because if you make abortion easier, you're inviting the increase of STDs, because people will stop, well, I don't say stop, but they will decrease the use of condoms. And that is a more serious problem than the birth of a baby.
Once again, Daniel, because he apparently could not leave the space alone, commented, views on the gender spectrum and integration of gender non-conforming public bathrooms. I'm going to assume you mean, like, putting in gender-neutral bathrooms. Okay. Gender spectrum, respect people's genders. The gender spectrum is huge. It's not just male and female. There's gender queer, there's bigender, trigender, agender. I think that might be the same as gender queer, not quite sure. But there's loads of genders out there. It's not just male and female. And you need to respect what people's gender identities are, because come on, it's 2017.
Yes, it's 2017. It's all about taking a biology course. Because at your age, I already had biology, and I already knew there's only two genders, male and female, that match two sexual chromosome patterns, XX and XY. If you can prove to me there's anything else at a significant scale, then we have more than one gender. Until then, we have two genders. Just face reality. People will not respect delusions, and that's what these more than two genders are. Delusions. There's only two genders, two sexes, two sexual. To prove otherwise, you need another type of reproductions, like an asexual reproduction, another reproduction organ. You cannot, in the sexual binary, in the sexual reproductive system, have more than two genders.
Just respect what people are. It's not difficult. And the putting in of gender-neutral bathrooms, I think is really important, because it's only in public and, like, in schools or whatever that you have, like, female and male bathrooms. In your house, usually you have a gender-neutral bathroom, don't you? And no one's gonna perv on you in there, are they? So, like, what's wrong with putting it in public?
What? It's your house. It's your house. So in your house, you let in the people that you want. So of course you're not going to be preyed on your house unless you let sexual predators inside your house. But in public places, yes, you're at risk of sexual predation. That is a crime, by the way. And I'm actually not against neutral bathrooms, just to shut people like you up. Or not like you, more like the people that indoctrinated you up. So if you have a neutral bathroom, the people that go to that bathroom are taking basically responsibility for their choice. But what I'm actually against is just that if you identify as something, you can use whatever bathroom you want. Because I'm actually of the opinion that you should change the bathroom symbols to the male organ and to the female organ. And that way, the people that have the organ use it. Because in reality, the separation between bathrooms should be more in terms of the sexual organ that you have than anything else. Because the bathroom for men is adapted for the male organ. You do understand that, right?
Like, Daniel also asks, views on they, them, and Ziza, is that how you say it? I don't know. Pronouns. Just call people what they want to be called. Like, I use he, she, and they pronouns for people that, like, whatever their preferred pronouns are. I've never actually heard of someone being, like, going by Ziza, is that how you say it? I'm really unsure. But I don't actually, like, if that's what they want to be called, that's what I'll call them, like.
Pronouns are not about what you want to be called. It's what matches reality and what the other people call you, because pronouns are something for other people to describe you. You don't have a choice in the matter. You have male and female pronouns for male and female genders, and that's it. Everything else is just made up words. If you want to do that gentleness to someone and basically abide by their rules, okay, but you cannot force other people to do that. You cannot force other people to deny reality for somebody else's whim.
I'm just saying, call people what they want to be called. It's not that difficult. Should transgenderism be listed as a mental disorder? No, because it's just how they are. It's not something you can fix, and it's not a problem, therefore it's not a disorder.
Actually, it is a disorder. It's a mutation on a gene that causes your brain to malfunction. And therefore, you have, for example, a man whose brain is working like a female. That's the concept of a disorder. His brain is not functioning properly. Now, we don't know how to fix it yet, but maybe we can learn how to fix it. If it wasn't a disorder that needed fixing, they would not take hormones and do sex change surgery to become the opposite sex. That's actually fixing it. That's not the best fix, but it's fixing it.
Is it possible to be racist towards a white person? So you mean, is reverse racism a thing? I don't think it is, because I think for you to be racist, you need to have the privilege and the power to be racist, and like white privilege. So I feel like a black person can't be racist.
Please tell me I just didn't hear that. No, girl. Everybody can be racist. Racism has nothing to do with power. Racism just means you have hatred of another race, that you find that other race inferior, that you have bad feelings against that race. That's racism. It has nothing to do with power. Everybody can be racist. You can't change the definition of racism on a whim, because the definition is clear. Every race can be racist. And you can bet right now the biggest racists in the world are not white people.
Purely just because they don't have white privilege and they don't have the power above everyone else, even though I believe they should have, and they like all power should be equal. White privilege is a thing, unfortunately.
No, it is not. There's no such thing as white privilege. Everybody starts in the same way. They start from the same bottom, and then it's their personal choices that allow them to succeed or fail. There's more of a video, but I think I made my point, and my point was how feminism is indoctrinating young children on stuff that they can't even understand. This girl hasn't learned biology and how the Homo sapiens as a species exists as an animal, and she hasn't understood the mechanisms behind sexual reproduction and what is the gender classification, what is actually gender. That is the translation of biological sex into the roles in society. Then feminists come and they tell them a bunch of lies and use victimization of categories of people in a way that to appeal to emotion and to make everything look like it's just about protecting victims. And of course, kids buy into this. It's an appeal to emotion. Like the old black people cannot be racist because they don't have privilege or power. Again, this was a concept created by racist people, so they cannot be called racist. It's like playing tennis without the net. Do you understand the concept? This is why we need to fight feminism. This is why we need to fight the regressive left, to stop the indoctrination of children just like her. Thank you for watching. Leave me your opinion down below. Leave a like if you haven't subscribed. Follow me on Twitter so you can get all my latest videos. Let's fight the regressive left together. And in the end of the day, stay fluffy.